Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking a look at the interrogation of Jeremy Todd West. This is my second time doing a commentary on it, but I've had people wanting another one, and I just redid a second commentary on his confrontation with Chris Hansen. So he's a interesting character. I'm not sure why. I guess he's not interesting. He's one of the most boring, monotone, dull voiced, put you to sleep after talking for 30 seconds guys you could possibly meet. But I just find his case interesting. So let's jump into his interrogation here.
Today's date is Saturday, October the 20th, 2007. The time is now approximately 12:30 p.m. President or Agent Ken Gillingham with the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation and Jeremy Todd West. Todd, you do understand that I've turned the tape recorder on and this conversation is being recorded. Todd, what's your home address?
And yeah, this one, they don't have the video of it for some reason. They just have this one picture, so it's audio only. And they're bleeping out censoring the personal information. That's why it's silent right now. You must have a very long address.
Why is it different on your driver's license?
Because that's where I grew up. I just never changed my license or nothing.
You're supposed to update your license every time you move. Come on, Jeremy. You're also not supposed to be a predator.
And that's in Springfield, Tennessee?
Yes.
What's the zip code there?
37172.
What's your date of birth? Social Security number? How tall are you?
6 foot.
Weight?
317.
Yeah, he's
Brown
a big
hair,
boy.
Green eyes.
green eyes.
I should have just went home.
See, at least he can give straight answers for everything. I just covered the Dustin McFetridge interrogation, and every question was like, well, what color is your vehicle? Well, depends what angle the sun hits it at. I'm like, what color are your eyes? Well, it changes. At least Jeremy Todd West is more honest than Dustin.
Income.
And you married, single, divorced?
Single.
And were you employed?
I find that surprising. I thought the women would be all over Jeremy Todd West.
City of Springfield. City of Springfield.
CS Springfield?
City.
Oh, the city of Springfield.
Yeah, you said city too fast. It sounded like you were saying sea, the sea of Springfield. What? The city of Springfield? Speak properly, Jeremy.
And what's your occupation there?
Equipment operator.
Todd, I'm going to advise you of your constitutional rights here before we get started talking, before I ask you any questions, so that there's no misunderstanding and that you understand everything. It says before you're asked any questions, you should know your rights. You may remain silent. Anything that you say will be used against you in a court proceedings. You have the right to consult an attorney before you make any statement or answer any questions, and you may have your attorney with you during questioning. You may request the court to appoint an attorney for you if you cannot afford to hire one, and you may stop the questioning at any time by refusing to answer any further questions or by requesting a consultation with your attorney. In other words, if I ask you something, you don't want to answer it, you don't have to. It says I've had this statement of my rights read to and explained to me at date and time, and there's also a waiver on here. It says, having the above statement of my rights read and explained to me and fully understanding them, I hereby waive these rights at today's date and time. I do this freely and voluntarily without threat or promise. How do you understand that your rights that I've read them to you from this upper portion? You understand you have the rights to attorney. I could get your signature right there.
Something tells me that Jeremy doesn't quite understand his rights. He probably doesn't understand a lot of things.
State that you understand that I have read those rights to you. And do you want to talk to me today and talk about this situation that you're in?
I want to go home.
I understand.
Yeah, I just want to go home. Oh, do you? Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. We didn't mean to put you out. You're all to leave right now. every person who's ever been arrested in the history of the world would prefer just to go home rather than have to get in any sort of trouble. But it doesn't work that way, especially after you do a horrible crime like you were caught doing.
And you want to go home, but I can tell you that's not going to happen right now.
In fact, it probably won't happen for a long time.
The total
Actually, if I remember correctly, I think he was the only one of the Bowling Green 7 that actually posted bail. So I guess he did get out for a little bit, but then he went to prison for a while.
I told you in the beginning, I won't lie to you. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're going to be going home. But if you want to talk to me about this situation,
it was a huge mistake. Just all it was.
okay, like I said, if you...
It was not a huge mistake. He's kind of implying that it was some kind of a mix-up, or what people are saying happened didn't happen. It was a mistake, mistaken identity. It wasn't him, or he didn't do it. Any sort of that. That's not the case. Like, he absolutely did it. There's evidence. He was convicted of it. There was ample evidence. He got caught on national television red-handed doing it. So this wasn't a mistake. He might, like, if he means that it was a mistake, something he did that was wrong, that is in part true. But you can't just brush it aside and say, oh, it was just a mistake. This was a deliberate act that went on for many, many days of him saying inappropriate things to a minor and all this other disgusting stuff, and then traveling to meet her. This was a hell of a lot more than a mistake.
If you want to talk to me and about the mistake, as you call it,
I'll talk, but
then I need you to sign here where it says the waiver that you're giving up your right, and that you want to talk about it.
I'll talk, but I won't be able to go home today sometime.
Well, that'll be up to the judge when they set a bond for you.
When will we know? When will it be known?
When you get over to the jail, they'll probably be able to tell you what your bond's going to be on this. The other thing, Todd, is they brought your pickup truck out back. I'm sure you probably saw it when you got out there.
They pulled right beside it.
Okay. What we would like to do is ask you for your consent to search your vehicle. I think I watched when you were on the TV screen there. You said you didn't bring anything with you.
Yeah, we got a lot of this stuff here, which is just, filling out the paperwork and all that. And I did ask people on another commentary I did an interrogation if they prefer me to skip those parts or to keep them in. And see, most people wanted me to keep them in, so I'll do that.
There's no
Feel free to skip ahead if you want to get to the more interesting parts where they're actually talking.
Weapons in your truck, no condoms, no morning after pill or anything like that. Would you be willing to grant us permission to go check your truck to make sure that...
They can search. There's nothing in it.
What year is your truck?
90.
1990?
Yes.
It's a red Chevrolet Silverado?
No, 1890.
Yes. Will they please get rid of that footage or anything? Will they please get rid of it?
Well, does he mean the footage that they took at the Sting house? I think he's under the impression that the only footage they have is when the cameras came out. And that's when he was like, get away from me, I don't want to be on TV, and then he ran off. I think he thinks that's the only footage. He didn't realize that the entire conversation from the moment he pulled up in his truck to him walking in, everything he said to the girl and everything he said to Chris Hansen, it was all recorded and will be broadcast on national television and put on YouTube for a year to come. So they're not getting rid of any footage just because Jeremy Todd West is embarrassed.
I don't have any control over that.
I should just... The only thing I may find, there's a spare belt for my truck or something. There's nothing in it.
It doesn't matter if there's anything in your truck. Like it could just lead to more evidence or more charges if you have other illegal stuff in there. But just because there's nothing bad in your truck doesn't mean that you're innocent. It doesn't mean you didn't come to do what you needed to do. You didn't need any extra objects or anything to commit this crime. So yeah, maybe there's nothing in his truck. That doesn't really matter.
If you would, right there, and then print your name underneath that and your address. Just print your name right above that. Now that we've got that out of the way, Todd, let's talk about your situation that you're here today about. When did you begin a chat conversation? Do you recall?
A week ago.
If I told you it was about September 23rd, according to the log that's here, would that sound about right?
I guess, I don't know.
You should be able to ballpark it. You should know, like, is this someone you met today or yesterday, or has this been going on for weeks? You should know roughly how long you've been talking to them. If you have like a friend or something and someone asks like, how long have you known this person? You can't be like, I don't know. I have no idea. It's like, what? Did you just meet them a couple weeks ago? Have you known them since you were in elementary school? Like, what is it? Like, is it a college friend? You can pinpoint it. So he knows damn right well how long he's been talking to this girl. Maybe he can't remember the exact date, but he knows it's been a few weeks or however long it's been.
And what was the name of the person that you were chatting with, their screen name? What's your screen name?
Are they censoring the screen names? That's weird.
Do you have any other screen names?
You can just look it up on the wiki page. I don't think it's a secret.
And how were you conducting your chats? Was it on the computer or cell phone?
Was
Both?
It was both. It started on a computer, but
On a home computer?
it was a friend's computer. I only use their computer to check my emails sometimes, but that was it.
You were using your friend's computer to solicit a minor? Are you kidding me, Jeremy?
Okay. You say it's a friend's computer. Is that also in the house where you live, or is it somewhere different?
Somewhere different.
And what's the friend's name?
Can I leave that part out? I mean, he knew nothing about it, other than I was checking email.
Okay. Well,
What does he mean he was checking email? You're not just checking email if you were also soliciting the minor online. That is very that's illegal, and it's also a hell of a lot more than just checking your email. You might have told him you were just going to check your email, but then you went and had this inappropriate conversation with a minor. So yeah, and I get his point. He doesn't want his friend involved, but like, unfortunately, his friend needs to pick better friends.
we may need to check that computer to make sure that what you're telling us is true, that he had nothing to do with it.
I promise you, he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Jeremy Todd West is not as big of a liar as some of the other guys. We'll see what he says when he might deny what his intentions were, but I don't think he's just flat out lying about absolutely everything in the same way that Dustin or some of the other guys are. So, but at the same time, how do they know? You can't trust these predators. They have every reason to lie. And it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate that you use someone else's computer and the cops are going to go have to seize it to check it to see everything you did on it, because these guys just can't be trusted. And now they're screwing up other people's lives and causing them stress just because of their own deplorable illegal actions.
I'll give you my solemn word.
My solemn word. Everything out of this guy's mouth is solemn. There's no doubt about that. It's just they can't be trusted. Because every criminal's like, yeah, don't bother searching my car. I swear. Hand on my heart, I swear, Scout's honor, there's nothing in my truck. Yep, every criminal will deny doing the crime, so they can't be trusted.
What's the location, though, of that computer?
But it don't need to go there. They had They had nothing to do with it.
And what's the individual's name that lives there?
Jeremy, this cop just told you you have the right to remain silent. He even rephrased it and said, if I ask you something you don't want to answer, you don't have to. You could just say, I'm not answering that. They're probably going to find out anyway eventually, but you don't have to answer.
But leave
She'd be like, his name is Lauren Armstrong.
them out of it. They had nothing to do
And
with
then the other times you were using your cell phone?
Yes. But I didn't even talk to her about it.
Is that his cell phone right there, like clipped to his belt? Is that like one of those old silver-colored flip phones or something? It's kind of a grainy picture, but I think that's what that is.
Once or twice on my computer, and that was the first time we even talked.
Okay. And then you talked up through
A day or so ago.
yesterday, looks like.
Yesterday.
Is this the first time that you've done anything like this, Todd? Have you ever met anybody else online?
I've met other people online, but they're just friends, adults.
Have you ever had any other sexual encounters from talking to people online?
Only several people I've been friends with over the years, but that's it.
It's kind of interesting that they ask that, because if you have sexual encounters with adults, that's perfectly fine. It's not like you can get in trouble for that. I think maybe they just kind of want to get an idea of what kind of stuff the person they caught is up to.
Is it no one you've chatted with or met online?
These were people I met online, but they were just one-time things. They were adults,
By adults?
like 30s.
Yeah, if they're like, like if you ever met someone online, like, yeah, of course, everyone has. Like, that's how you meet. Like, job interviews usually start with the online contact, and then you go to the physical place for the job interview. Pretty much everyone you meet these days, you first meet online and then travel to meet them. That's how you meet people. And dating apps and hookup apps and that kind of stuff is fairly common. And if it's adults meeting, well, they're allowed to. Because I think they're just trying to get a general sense of the person, and then they'll narrow it down. Like, have any of these people you met been underage?
Their 30s.
20s, 30s.
Have you ever chatted with anyone else that was underage?
One person a while back, but that was it. I was only friends with him.
Did you not meet that person? Where were they located? Did you ever find out?
Somewhere in East Kentucky. That was it.
Do you recall what that screen name was of that person?
It was the person changed screen name so much I couldn't keep up with which one she kept.
Okay. Did you recall any of the screen names?
If they ever made a cartoon character based on Jeremy Todd West, it would be some like big dopey dog with the sunken eyes and who just says everything so slow, and he just looks like he's on the verge of ending it all because he just can't live another second. Like, it just sounds like he's like the most depressed person on earth. He just talks slow and dumb and monotone and quiet. Like, no wonder this guy's single. Like, who the hell's gonna want to hang out with him? And everything he says, he's just depressed about everything. Good God, this guy's so dull.
It changed.
Did you ever find out where she was located?
Towards Barksville, I guess. But I never met her.
Did y'all ever exchange any photos or webcam shots or anything like that? Do you have access to a webcam?
No.
Okay.
I do, but the camera's not wide enough to see my whole body on it, so I don't use it.
What about the pictures here of you standing, looks like by your truck, probably?
That was just a cam that was a digital picture that was taken that I put on my screen name, but that was it.
Okay. That was on your profile?
Yeah.
And where was your profile listed? Is it MySpace or
No.
Yahoo?
Yahoo.
Okay. And did you have your cell phone with you today when you showed up?
Yes.
What were your intentions when you got there today?
just hang out and then turn around and actually go home.
Come on, Jeremy. I was trying to stick up for you, buddy, by saying that you don't lie as much as Dustin McFetridge. And then here you say that all you're going to do is hang out and then turn around and go home.
That's all I was going to do.
So
I've talked concerning wrong things, but
I've talked concerned wrong things. Just try reading a book once in a while, Jeremy. Just try to freshen yourself up on those English skills.
my intentions were not going to actually be to go through with it.
so you were
In all honesty, I was not going to go through with it. I was going to leave.
What does that mean? I was going to leave. You arrived at the house, went into the house, sat down. At no point were you leaving. The only time you left was after you got caught, after some strange man and a camera crew came out. That was the only time you leave. You left. If you were going to leave, you don't go somewhere if you're just going to leave. You don't say, you know what, I'm going to go get groceries and then drive to Safeway and then walk in the door and someone's like, what are you doing here? Oh, I was just going to leave. No, you're obviously going to do the thing that you claimed you were going to do there. If you're going to leave, you just wouldn't have gone there to begin with, or you would have turned around at some point before walking in the door.
Probably 1-ish, 2-ish. Go back home. Because I got responsibilities at home I had to do.
Well, you're not doing those responsibilities now.
What did you have to do today at home?
Mulch leaves around the yard. Try to clean out the shed.
Lay around the yard? What?
Things like that. Just normal.
I had to sit there and watch TV. I had to drink a beer and stare at the wall for a bit. And then look at my truck. This guy doesn't do anything interesting.
Maintenance around the home. Clean my house.
But you drove almost an hour over here to see her, and you.
Yeah, why didn't you do that? That would be a productive thing to do. Clean up your living space so it looks nice and you have a good productive living space to do stuff in. To make you happier so you wouldn't be so depressed because your house is clean and everything's working. Instead, he drives an hour to go meet a minor and then claims he was just going to turn around because he had stuff to do at home.
We're only going to stay about an hour.
A couple hours at the most. I just brought them over to hang out and talk just to get to know the person. That was it.
Well, it wasn't going to give you much time to take her out and buy lingerie and stuff. And
I wasn't going to do that.
You said you were going to do that. If you say you're going to do stuff and then claim you weren't going to do it, it just means you're a liar. And if you're a liar, it means we can't believe anything you say. So either you're lying at one point or you're lying now. At some point, you're just a liar.
I got to think I wouldn't even do it. Just only be a friend, nothing more. That was all I thought. Because I had that feeling something was wrong.
Yeah, you had a feeling something was wrong. That was his reason for really considering whether he was going to do it or not. It's not because what he's going to do is horrible or illegal. It was because he smelled something. He thought it might be a sting. He even brought up these Dateline stings in his chat with the girl. He even spelled it out that, hey, there's police that pretend to be young girls and then wait for guys to come. He even spelled it out so he knew what it might be. So if there was any hesitation on his part, it was because he knew that. But even that wasn't enough to get him to come. He still came and still showed up. And that's so these guys, they're like, oh, I knew it was a sting or whatever, but they're just so hoping that it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. But the thing is, even if they weren't lying, which they are, but even if they did decide, okay, you know what, I'm not going to do anything illegal, I'm just going to hang out with this girl, how are they going to explain themselves if it is a sting? Because no one's going to believe it. They know damn right well no one's going to believe that. No one does believe it. It's not true. No one's going to believe that after a very graphic chat like these guys have where they explain everything in detail, what they want to do to this girl, that they're going to show up and then we can just trust them to hang out there and not lay a hand on her. Bullshit. And if it is a sting, it's going to look so bad. You're going to be here in an interrogation room trying to justify yourself and no one's going to believe you. Why would you even go down this path? Just to hang out with a fucking 13-year-old? That is ridiculous.
When did you first get that feeling that something might not be right?
A couple days ago.
The first time that a girl talked to me for more than 30 seconds, I knew something was wrong right at that moment.
chat with her?
Just to chat, and I wasn't willing to do anything more than just be friends. That was it.
And he just tries to pretend he's just such a good guy. He's just such a good, loyal friend. That's all he wanted was friendship. Like, dude, you work with other guys that are your own age or, like, close to it. Go out for after-work beers with them. Like, just go out with people that are in a similar point in their life as you are. What fun is there to be with to be friends with a teenager? Like, what do you have in common? What are you gonna do? Hang out and talk? Like, what the hell are you gonna talk about? Like, it's like even with your parents' friends and stuff, like when you're growing up, like you might be on friendly terms with them and they might be kind of, fun to hang around with, but it's not like you're hanging out one on one with them. They're just like they're into different things, like your music and other stuff, like whatever you're into, like video games. There's just going to be such a big gap in the generational gap between you that you're not going to have anything in common. It's just going to, and if you listen to their conversation, like their phone conversations, they're all just kind of boring and awkward because they have nothing to talk about. There's only one thing these guys want, and it's not friendship.
Used wrong judgment on conversation, but I won't go through with it.
And if you just want to be friends with someone, you don't need to only talk about sex and describe every possible act that you want to do with them. That's not how friendships form. And you definitely should not be saying that kind of thing to someone who's underage.
How many times would you say that you have met people online and had sexual encounters?
I've talked to people online quite a bit, but
again, it's like if they're adults, why do they need to know that?
Just maybe a handful of times at the most, 10 maybe.
Do you have a computer at your house where you live?
Yes, there's a computer there, but no internet, no nothing on it that I'm aware of.
Who else lives there at that house with you?
My cousin, she lives in the upstairs half of the house.
What's your cousin's name?
But there's no internet there whatsoever.
You guys think that Jeremy Todd West is like a huge slob who's just gross to live with?
No wireless?
No internet, period.
What type of computer do you have there?
It's an HP Invent.
HP Invent?
Yeah.
Where's that located?
My living room. There's nothing on, but maybe just some music, games, maybe, I don't know. I bought it off a friend of mine a few years ago, but I've never had internet put on it. Not since I've had it back.
Is there any child at your house? Any adult pornography?
Adult, yes, but not child.
What type of adult is it?
Just various.
Is it DVD, tapes?
DVD, they're all put up.
Where would those be?
My bedroom.
Is there just one? I take it this is a two-story
Like I keep it in my cousin's bedroom.
residence. You live on the main floor. Your cousin lives on the second floor.
Yes.
Are you the only one that lives on the first floor?
Yes.
So how many bedrooms are on that first floor?
3.
His cousin's just about to have a massive shock and just you'll totally mess up their life, at least temporarily, because of this guy's actions.
Which bedroom is yours?
The one on the front side of the house.
So yours faces the front.
Yeah.
The other two face the rear.
Yes.
Is this residence? Is it brick, vinyl sided?
Brick.
What color brick is it?
That's why you don't do this kind of thing, because it's really going to not only screw up your own life, but it's going to it's going to get you fired. It's going to put you in jail or prison. It's going to make you look bad. You'll totally mess with your family. They're probably going to hate you forever. You're going to be ostracized. Like, this is going to reflect very, very badly on you. So why would you travel just to hang out with an underage person, just to meet a friend? Why would you put yourself through that when these are the consequences? Because even if that's true, it's going to just look so horrible.
Kind of dark. Are they going to search my house?
Probably they're going to. And the reason being, Todd, is not that I don't believe you, but because this involves, attempted sex with an underage child.
Yeah. These guys just don't seem to get how bad this is. This isn't just like this isn't a traffic violation or something. Like you didn't, you don't have your tags on the car on your plate. It's not like something that might be illegal, but it's not bad. This is horrible. This is a horrible, horrible crime. And so many of the guys that do this kind of thing also have horrible stuff in their computer. They're committing other crimes like that, which is victimizing other people all over the freaking world. This is like a massive, massive problem. So they have to, every time they catch one of these guys, they ask them the same thing. Have you been doing this to a bunch of other people? Have you been doing a bunch of illegal stuff on your computer? They have to go and check because these guys can't be trusted. And we just know damn right well that over the years, once this kind of became a known crime, they're like every single one of these guys, or a huge number of them, is also doing other crimes. So we have to look, even if they swear that they're not. And it's, wait, what do you expect us to do? Just to not, yeah, we're not going to look into this any further. We're going to assume this is the only time. Like, no, these guys are just, they're despicable.
Even though you're sitting here telling me that you had no intentions to do that.
My grandparents, I don't need them involved in none of this. They live on the same property in a mobile home separate. I don't need them going in there for this.
Well, unfortunately, when you do things like this, we have a certain job to do too.
Yeah, exactly. When you do stuff like this, there are consequences. Did you seriously think you were just gonna go there, do whatever you wanted to that girl, drive home with a smile on your face, and there would be absolutely no consequences for it? Did you really think that?
And we would be remiss in our job if we didn't follow through on this.
I give you 100% honesty. There's nothing there.
Oh, he's 100% honest. But the thing is, the people that would lie about this would also say they're being 100% honest. You can't tell. That's why they have to verify. They're not going to take the word of someone who was arrested on to catch a predator, whether or not they have anything on their computer. No one's going to trust those people.
Illegal or whatsoever.
I understand that, and I believe you have been honest with me up to this point. And that's why I'm being honest with you and telling you that, in all probability, they're going to execute a search warrant on your residence just to verify that what you've told us.
Yeah, like, that's the thing about the police, is they have to check. If they have a murder suspect, you can't be like, no, there's no murder weapon in my car. I promise. Don't even bother to look. Okay, yeah, if you, as long as you promise, as long as you swear, we're not going to check. Obviously, they're going to check. Even if they believe that you're telling the truth, they're still going to check. That's the whole point of the police.
It's true.
And it's very easy not to get in this situation to begin with, is don't do this type of crime. This isn't something like speeding that you might do just because you're not paying attention or you didn't see the sign or you didn't think it was a big deal. This isn't that kind of crime. This is something that you premeditated, that you planned out, that you fantasized in your head about day after day, talking to this girl, saying disgusting things over and over, and then drove to her house. So him trying to pretend like he's just some victim here who's being mistreated, and he's such a good guy to stand up for his friends and his family because he doesn't want them to be part of this. He doesn't want to be part of it because he doesn't want to be embarrassed and be the one that's screwing up their lives. But he deserves it. It's his own damn fault.
That there's no child pornography there. That there's nothing on your computer that's going to indicate that you've met other underage people and had sexual encounters. I mean, we would be remiss in our job if we didn't follow through with that.
Exactly. It's like they have to.
I think you're telling me the truth. I told you I'd be honest with you up front, and I am. I think you're telling me the truth. I can look in your eyes and tell you that I believe you. But
the thing is, like, so if you believe him about that, and I think they did not find anything on his computer, I'm pretty sure. So he's telling the truth about that. But he's obviously lying about his intentions of coming over there. So if he's lying about some things but not others, how do you know what he's lying about, what he's not? So they have to verify absolutely everything.
Also got to tell you that, we have a job to do. And they're not. That's why I'm asking you where things are. We don't want to go in there and tear everything up, turn everything upside down. We want to do it as orderly as possible, as quietly as possible. There's not going to be any TV cameras there. There's nothing like that.
I wish they'd get rid of that footage from where
You might wish, Jeremy, but it's not going to happen.
was that. I don't.
Well, when you were
What he's saying is that he wanted to be able to do this crime, but not get exposed doing it. Like every idiot criminal would think that. I want to be able to rob the convenience store, but I don't want to be on any sort of security footage. I want to steal packages off of people's doorsteps, but it's not fair if I'm on their doorbell cam because I didn't give my permission for it. It doesn't work like that.
out there at the house, of course, he introduced himself to you. And I think you indicated that you'd watched it once.
One time I'd seen it.
So
It was like late at night when I seen it.
yeah,
Who cares if it was late at night? The fact is, you saw this show once before. You even referenced it in the chat with this person you were talking to, that this is a possibility. So you should have known that there's a chance you're going to get caught on that very show.
you know, again, going
And it's not like the only stings are the Dateline ones, like with Chris Hansen. These stings go on like everywhere in the world. There's cops doing this kind of thing, and the vast majority of them are not televised or filmed in any way, except body cams maybe. But these stings exist outside of that. So these guys should just be aware that these stings exist, but they're not. These have been going on for like 20 years or more. There's like so many stings now. Like every city in the whole country, in the whole world, probably has these kind of stings going on. And if you watch the takedown episodes, they just keep coming. They just keep coming. There's that guy that is caught on takedown. You can watch my Patreon if you sign up for that, and I have like 160 some takedown videos I do on there. That they caught a guy who was watching takedown with Chris Hansen on his phone as he was driving to the sting house. So he was like watching the show, and then fell for the exact trap that he just was watching as he went there. Like, they're idiots.
back to telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. You're probably going to appear on their show at some time. I can't tell you when it's going to air. Can't tell you for sure that it's going to air. But I can tell you that if it does, you'll probably be on there.
And also, your interrogation will also be recorded and released on YouTube. Your idiotic, annoying phone calls with the decoy will also be released publicly and wind up on YouTube. And they'll be shared around a lot, and people will be commenting on them and discussing them and dissecting them even 20 years from now. So you paid a very high price for this, Jeremy, all because you claim you wanted to hang out with a teenager.
And part of the reason is they use that as a deterrent for other people to not get themselves in this situation.
I thought about this, and I thought I should have just stayed away.
Yeah, no shit.
But like I say, I do think you're being honest with me, and I appreciate you being cooperative. And that goes towards your character.
What would end up happening? Are they going to try to send me to jail, or are they going to...
No, Jeremy, you get a ticket. Just pay a $75 fine, you're good to go. What do you think that the penalty is for this kind of crime? How would it not be jail? There's crimes way less serious than this that you get jail for. Why would they not try to send you in jail? Like, it's ridiculous. Unfortunately, in some of the newer stings, or even these old ones, the guys did get probation, but a lot of them went to jail. This is a very, very serious thing. I just checked. He got 3 years. He got sentenced to like 3.5 years or something by the state, and then he got a 7-year federal sentence. And the first time his parole got denied. So he served like quite a few years in prison. This is a serious thing, Jeremy.
Let me off on probation or anything?
Well, you'll be charged.
Can I be let off with a warning? No, because these guys don't learn. Even a lot of the guys that go to jail for this come out and do it again.
And that'll be up to, what you decide to do, the attorney that'll represent you, and the prosecutor and the judge. Do you have any criminal history?
I'm clean.
You've never been arrested for anything in the
No.
past?
Nothing.
Okay. Let's get back to the house.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you have a criminal record or not. It doesn't matter if you've done. I guess it matters a little bit if you've done this before, because it means there's other victims. But even if this is the first time you did this, like, you still get punished for it. This isn't like open alcohol in public where, okay, first time we'll give you a warning. This is like a horrendous crime.
Here for just a minute. You said it's a dark brick. Is it a dark
Yes.
red?
Even if technically you didn't harm anyone because it was a sting and it was a fake decoy and this underage person didn't actually exist, I understand that. But the thing is, you intended to do it, which means that you have it inside of you, the desire to do this kind of thing, which makes you a dangerous person. So we have to punish you severely as a society to make sure you don't keep doing this.
Or brown?
Probably a maroonish, maybe. There's a brick garage beside the road.
Brick garage beside the road?
Yeah.
I like how they have actual Kleenex here. You see a Kleenex box, and a lot of the stings they just have a roll of toilet paper. So I guess this is a real fancy interrogation room. I think they're just censoring out some other details or something. Come on, guys, let's get on with it. So how's everyone doing out there today?
Todd, what else would be in your house there that, anything else? Any drugs?
Why would you admit that? I'd be like, yeah, there's a huge stash of drugs under my cousin's bed.
No. Just
No child? You said just adult
Nothing.
pornography?
just adult.
Are there any animals in the house? Dog?
Yes.
What kind of dog do you have?
Pembroke Welsh Corgi is the closest breed I can find to him. He's like a Corgi dog.
So you don't have pit bulls or Rottweilers or anything like that that's going to hurt anybody that's dog friendly?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to find him a good home. I was going to take him to the animal shelter Monday so the dude could get a hold of this elderly lady to give it to him. Give him to her.
Let me ask you this, Tom. What do you think ought to happen to you on this?
Yeah, I wish they would ask him that. Like, what do you think the consequences for this should be?
Maybe a warning since I...
A warning? Jeremy, I just explained to you why you can't get a warning. Why would they let someone... If you read his chat log was very disgusting. Just everything he wanted to do to her. Why would you be let off with a warning?
Been clean all these years, no problems. And I'll just keep in touch so that way nobody can think I'm doing anything.
You'll just keep in touch. No. These guys can't be trusted. There's guys that like swear they're not going to do this again, and then they just do it again immediately. They claim they weren't going to do anything. There's another guy on takedown that was, claiming, oh, he just came here to hang out. He wasn't going to do anything. And then he got released on bail. And then it was like a week or 2 weeks after he got caught in the sting, he kidnapped a 15-year-old boy and they busted him at a motel room. This happens. Oh, there's another guy on takedown, Leo the umpire. If you guys watched that one, that guy just got out of jail and immediately was arrested in another sting for doing the exact same thing. So, like, a warning is not going to work. Like, harsh punishment barely works, but at least it keeps the street safe from these assholes for like a little bit. But you're not getting off with a warning.
I'm going to eliminate my screen name, everything, just shut it all off. Never use the internet again.
Have you ever...
It's not a matter of not using the internet. The problem isn't the internet. We've seen other guys say this. The problem is you. You have the desire to do this kind of thing and to act on it when the opportunity comes. You cannot be trusted to behave yourself in public. So even if you don't have the internet, it doesn't mean you can't find some other way to be around children. You could start dating a single mother. You could go to a church. You could volunteer for places where there's kids. There's ways you could do it. So it has nothing to do with the internet. The internet's fine if you use it properly. These guys, you just cannot be trusted. If you have it inside of yourself, this uncontrollable urge to do this, where you're willing to act on it, that is horrible. You cannot be trusted to not do this again. You can't be let off with a warning and he'll just avoid doing it. Because for a while there, he'll be like, yeah, I promise no internet or whatever. But, after a while, a month or so, he'll find a way to, sneak the internet back. He'll find some way. He'll go to a library, like he'll do it. He'll start this whole behavior over again. It's these guys can't control themselves.
Were you using any other screen names on there?
Years ago, but they were all deleted.
What other screen names have you used?
But I deleted those years ago. That one years ago.
How many years ago would you say?
3, 4.
Was it also on Yahoo?
Yes. I mean,
What other names can you call that you've used?
only one.
When did you use that one?
About the same time.
At the same time.
They
Is it
all
also deleted, you said?
All of them's deleted.
It was also on Yahoo?
Yes.
And then your current ones? Where'd you play football?
Springfield.
What year did you graduate?
99.
Did you go to any college or?
I've worked ever since I've been out of school.
Surprised Jeremy Todd West doesn't have like a master's degree in astrophysics or something. I'm surprised he doesn't have a lot of post-secondary education.
Is your cousin, will she be home today or?
She'll probably be at work. She's supposed to go and work at 1. So that's what my friend told me last night when I talked to him.
Goes to work at 1 this afternoon?
Yes.
Where does she work?
And the thing is, like, if you listen to his chat log on Morticia's channel, she actually has a very good reading of his chat log that I listen to. It's quite entertaining. And there are times where he's like trying to like help the girl with her problems and stuff. And you could tell like there is part of him that there is a decent guy in there somewhere. But that doesn't count if the horrible part of your personality is the one controlling your actions. You can't be like a decent guy sometimes and then the rest of the time trying to solicit a minor and having a disgusting conversation with them. It doesn't work like that. It's not like the two cancel each other out. You can't say, well, most of the time I'm good. The fact is, you did this one time, and that's horrible. So it's just kind of sad that he could be a good guy. Maybe he's trying to, but you try all you want. If you're doing this kind of bullshit, it makes you a horrible person, and people are going to ignore all the good stuff about you because you do this kind of thing. This is not something that can be overlooked.
Work at?
Goodies.
They're in Springfield.
She just graduated from college up here last year.
From Western?
I wonder if his cousin's just pissed off that if they ever listen to this, that they were being discussed in a public forum. They're just like, God damn you, Jeremy Todd West. I wonder what happened to him after this. Like when he got released on bail, it would have been pretty damn awkward for him to go back to that house and live there after the cops showed up and turned the place upside down, raiding it. Like his family would be so mad at him. I wonder what happened.
I mean, that was the biggest mistake I've ever done, and
yeah, this is a pretty big mistake. This is a pretty big mistake. And this is more than a mistake. This is a vile, evil, criminal act. Like, this is one of the worst crimes out there. Like, we wouldn't be discussing this if this was all about trespassing on private property or something like that. Those are crimes that, no one's really going to hold you against long term or even short term. This is like one of the worst crimes imaginable. Even the other prisoners look down on guys that do this because this is a bad, bad thing.
Really wasn't going to do anything.
So you're saying you're going to take her to Victoria's Secret?
I talked about it, but I wasn't really going to do that. I wasn't going to pursue anything, nothing more than friendship.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do all the things I said I was going to do. What the hell? Is it just a coincidence that all these predators seem to be the only people that never follow through with their plans? If you discuss something with someone, hey, do you want to go to the ball game tomorrow? And then sure, and then you show up and, wow, that was just chat. We're not actually going to do that. That would, most people would be like, what the fuck, man? That's not normal human behavior. But it seems every one of these predators does that exact same thing. Yeah, I know I said all of that very graphic, inappropriate stuff, but I never intended to do any of it, even though I flat out said I intended to do it over and over again over multiple days. How could they possibly think we're going to believe that they wouldn't do it?
Asking her about when she lost her virginity, did you bleed a little?
Yeah, this guy should just read his chat, read all the disgusting things, and be like, how can you say this stuff? Even just saying this to a minor should get you imprisoned. And the fact that you drove over to her house so that you could be alone with her when her parents were gone, and like, no, I was just going to hang out and I wanted a friend. You shut the fuck up. You did not.
You didn't want to get her pregnant.
I made the mistake. I was wrong. I shouldn't even ask those things.
Well, Todd, we're going to probably need to get you processed here. Is there anything else that you want to tell me?
I wasn't going to pursue nothing. I just wanted to be a friend, and that was it. I wasn't going to pursue none of that anyways. In all honesty, I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe your honesty about the same amount as I do Dustin McFetridge's.
The time is now 12.
Which is not at all, in case anyone was not clear.
8 p.m. I'll be returning the recorder off. Todd, we're going to go back on record here for just a minute. It's 12:59 p.m. You signed a consent to search on your vehicle.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And as like I told you just a second ago, you'll be out there when that search takes place.
Are they wanting to do on my house?
No. What I'd like to get you to do is, like I said, obviously when you were arrested, they took your cell phone. I'd like to get you
Oh, so maybe that's not the cell phone there if the cops took it.
to sign a consent to search for them to forensically search your cell phone.
What do you mean forensic? Well, I mean,
They'll recover the chats that are on there. See if there's any pictures on there.
there's no pictures. The only picture I know that's on there would be a picture I took from a WWE Raw event I was at September 17th.
Ah, we got another wrestling fan, just like Dustin McFetridge.
That's
Nothing wrong with wrestling, obviously, but
the only picture I've even had on there.
What brand of cell phone do you have?
Motorola i870.
i870?
Yes.
Is it a flip phone or?
Yes, flip camera. Would the bill be high?
I don't know, Todd. I really don't. I don't have anything to do with setting that.
did he ask the bail will be high? Is that what he said?
It says out here hereby consent to a complete search of the premises, property, or vehicle located at Bowling Green Police Department, more particularly described as a Motorola i870 flip phone with camera. I grant this consent to Ken Gillingham, known to me as an agent of the Office of the Attorney General, which is where the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation is, and to such other officers deemed necessary to assist. I know that I have a right to refuse to consent, and I voluntarily give up that right. I know that the agent does not have a search warrant. I have not been threatened or cursed in any way, nor have I been promised any favor or benefit. I've read this consent form or had it read to me, and I understand that the date is October 20th, 2007, and the time is 1 p.m. And then your address there.
But I mean, there's nothing on that phone at all.
And I,
There's nothing on the phone. You have nothing to worry about, Jeremy.
like I said, when we were talking about the other stuff, I believe that you're telling us the truth.
There's nothing in the truck. There's nothing in the phone.
Like, he's saying that like it's some kind of a defense. Just because there's nothing incriminating in your truck or on your phone does not mean that you did not come here to do this crime. You still got convicted. You still went to prison.
You know, we have to be able to say that we have checked those, which can go for your benefit also. When court time comes, that's one of the questions that will be asked. You know, did you check the computer? Did you check the cell phone? Because they're also looking to make sure that...
Yeah, none of that's really going to matter. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, all those things were clean. Those would have just been extra evidence if they found anything. There's still enough evidence for them to convict him just based on the chat and the fact that the guy showed up.
You know, you've not been involved in any other instances like this. And they will be able to say that, yes, they were checked, and no, there was nothing else. Adds credibility to what you've sat here and told me. The friends of yours...
At least they don't mention the friend's name in this, because that would be pretty hard on the friends. You don't want to be known as Jeremy Todd West's friend. Oh, come on.
So the other side of the highway, 1 block over?
Well, I mean, it's just, law say 2 or 3 minutes time frame driving. Don't get them involved. They haven't done it. They don't know anything. They haven't done anything.
So not only is he just completely messing up his like family by having them come and search their property, but he also did this bullshit on his friend's computer, and then he admitted it to the detectives when he didn't have to. Now they're going to go to that friend's house and seize his computer too, because he let Jeremy Todd West check his email a couple times. Like, that's a pretty shitty thing to do. He should have just kept his mouth shut and not mentioned the friend at all.
Well, I understand that, but you have told me that you've used that computer.
I've only checked my email.
Yeah, anytime that anything that you've touched, basically it's like the reverse Midas. Anything you touch turns to shit and now has to be searched by the police. Like, you just let this guy check his email on your computer and then it gets seized by the police, and like, oh man, that would just be so horrible.
Email from it.
I understand that, Todd, but we also will have to take a look at their computer to make sure that what you told me there is also true.
Yeah, I wonder how that works, though. Like, say he downloaded illegal stuff on his friend's computer and somehow his friend didn't know about it. Like, who gets in trouble for that? Because it's like the friend that owns the computer, he's technically the one possessing it, but he's not the one that put it there. But the thing is, Todd West is going to probably deny it, too. They'll both deny it. It's like, I'm not sure how that works. Because that'd be pretty shitty if you could get in trouble because some asshole used your computer and then looked at illegal stuff on there, and then like all of a sudden you're in trouble for it. That doesn't seem fair. I don't think that's the way it works. But yeah, I'm not. If anyone knows how that kind of thing works, by all means, let me know.
I don't want them involved. They haven't done anything. I haven't done anything on their computer.
And again, I'm not.
But Jeremy, you've been lying. You've been saying that you had no bad intentions or anything and all this other stuff. So how do we know which instances you're lying about and which you're not?
I'm not saying that I distrust you or that I don't think you're telling me the truth, but we have a requirement that we have to do also.
Like, in all honesty, he could just flat out refuse to let them know who this friend is and where they live. And like, I don't know if they'd be able to find out and like to go through his phone and just like go and get a search warrant for all the friends' houses, like anyone he's talked to on the phone. Like, I don't know how that works, but if you don't reveal who this one specific friend is, like, I don't know how they would find out. Because even if they went through his phone, unless I guess maybe if they could find a message where it's like, "Hey, can I come over and use your computer to check my email?" Anything other than that, I don't think they'd be able to identify which friend it is. But I'm not a police officer, so I don't know how it works.
And because you've said you've used that computer, you said you've only checked your email on it. I need to be able to confirm that that's all you've done on there. That you haven't chatted with any other underage females or males or done anything else on that computer that you shouldn't be doing.
I mean, I've been honest.
You've been honest and you've been very cooperative so far. And what does their
He
house
said he only came over because he wanted to meet a friend. That is not the words of a man who's being honest.
look like?
It's a fairly new house. Most of the houses on that street are old. It'll stand out more than anything. It's just a brick house.
Is it a single story?
It's no basement house.
It's a basement home?
Yes, basement garage. But I give you my word, I just don't get them.
Your word is meaningless. The guys that get caught and to catch a predator do not get to claim anything based on their word. Your word is so far beyond meaningless. You're a horrible enough human being that you're willing to do this kind of thing to a minor. People have no obligation to trust you or to take your word on anything.
What type of exterior does it have? Is it brick?
Brick.
What color is their brick?
Kind of a reddish brick.
Is it any wood trim or vinyl trim or anything on it?
I don't know. It's a white trim overhang, but I don't know what kind. But I guarantee you, don't get them involved. They haven't done anything. And
is it just the two of them that live there? They have any kids?
It's two of them.
You're just ratting them out. Why you have the right to remain silent, not answer these questions? Why are you just ratting your friend out?
No children?
No kids.
What about animals there? Any dogs, cats?
It's a little dog, and they have 3 cats.
But no dog is going to be vicious or anything?
No.
And what type of computer is it that they have?
I don't even know what kind.
Is it a desktop, laptop?
It's a desktop. It's newer.
Does it have a webcam attached with it?
But, I mean, like I say, that you don't need to search their computer.
Any other identifying marks on their house there? You said there was a garage.
Yeah, they got a concrete driveway in front. But I mean,
Is there a mailbox out at the road or on the front of the house?
It's on the road.
Numbers on it, as far as you know?
I think so. But
Do you know where their computer's located in the house?
dining room.
Man, those people are in for the surprise of a lifetime. Just get a knock at the door. It's the cops with a search warrant to seize their property. And it's like, do you know a guy named Jeremy Todd West? Guess what he was caught doing? And he also named you and gave us your address. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
You say you don't remember what kind it is?
No.
They have internet access, obviously, if you're checking your email.
They have Comcast.
That was my next question. You're ahead of me there.
But
When's the last time that you used their computer, you think?
MapQuest last night was it.
You said you only checked your email on it. Now we find out that you use MapQuest too. So you were doing things directly related to this crime on their computer.
What did you go on MapQuest for, to find out how to get here?
Just directions, that was it. No, it wasn't last night.
Everything he says, he's like, that was it. You know, nothing more than that. Don't make any bigger deal out of it. That's a pretty incriminating piece of evidence. Like you looking up the map to get directions to the Sting house where you intended to commit this crime. That's a pretty big deal. It's not just directions, that's it. I think he still doesn't get the gravity of what he intended to do.
Before.
So that would have been the 18th.
But
Did you find the directions on MapQuest?
general idea, but nothing specific.
Yeah, I did a commentary on his him driving to the house, and I'm pretty sure it was he had some difficulty finding it. Let's just say that.
How did you figure out how to get here today?
The girl explained to me. I used MapQuest, but I was on the wrong side of the interstate.
Okay.
And then the girl told me how to get there.
I was on the wrong side of the road because I forgot you're supposed to drive on the right side.
You talked on the phone. How many phone conversations did you have with her?
4 maybe. Wasn't even long at all. A few minutes maybe at a time.
You asked when it was today.
Yes.
When was your first conversation?
I don't even remember.
You said they were all short.
Yes.
Is there anything that you know of is there any child pornography there?
Yeah, that'd be pretty horrible if he was looking at CP on his friend's computer.
You've never seen any child.
Clean. They're honest, clean people.
Where does he work at?
I don't think the cop's implying that your friend did that. I think he's implying that you did it on his computer.
He works for a construction company in Nashville. Millennium, I think, is the name.
Is it Lauren Armstrong?
But they're clean people. I mean,
How old is he?
mid-40s,
And how old is she?
mid-50s.
You know where she's retired from?
State.
State of Tennessee.
Yes.
You know what she did?
I don't know. I know she worked for the
Man, if I was his friends and like the cops came and just took a bunch of stuff, like not only be so angry, but it's like, dude, the cops read you your rights. You didn't have to say anything. You could have kept your mouth shut, asked for a lawyer, and just not involved us. If you didn't want to involve us, don't tell them our name and address.
I just don't remember which department.
You know what she did?
She was office personnel. But like I say, I mean, don't get them involved. They haven't done anything.
You give them all the possible information they asked for. Why would they not get involved? After you tell them everything, they're clearly going to go there. They're not going to not do it just because you tell them not to get them involved.
Or anything. I give you my word. In all honesty.
Yeah. You know how many times Dustin McFetridge said, I'm just being honest? That means nothing. Saying you swear, in all honesty, all these things is not going to matter because no one believes you.
What's their phone number? And did you have a home phone number or did you just use your cell?
My cell phone was in it.
What was your cell number?
Can y'all haven't done anything? They don't know nothing. Their computer's clean.
People don't believe criminals. It doesn't matter what you say. And just the fact that you denied your intentions coming over there means that we suddenly don't believe anything you say.
All honesty.
I'll be right back with you.
I swear, officer, there's no body in my trunk. Yeah, I realize that I'm covered in blood and there's a knife on my seat, but I swear, in all honesty, there's nothing in the trunk, so don't look. Like, people just don't believe criminals. Cops have to investigate. And it was your own stupid actions, Jeremy, that led to them messing up the lives of your family and friends. And if you thought you were lonely and depressed before, it's probably going to be a whole lot worse now that you screw everyone up, screw everyone over doing this kind of stuff.
All right, Todd, the time's now 1:10 p.m.
Yeah, I think even though his name's Jeremy Todd West, I think even in the phone calls in the chat log, I think he goes by Todd because the decoy was calling him Todd. So that's what the cop's calling him here.
Still October the 20th.
Yeah, so he said that the chat started September something and it's now October something. So this chat had been going on for like 3 or 4 weeks or something long. Like it was like Lorne level long. So for him just to claim he wasn't going to do anything after just having a very inappropriate conversation with graphic inappropriate talk with a minor for weeks on end, he can't claim that he wasn't going to do anything. But he's being honest about everything else. All right, well, I think that's the end of it. So yeah, that was this. I don't know. Like, so a lot of people like this interrogation. It's okay. It's the main interesting point is him just going on about how he doesn't want his family and friends to be involved because they're innocent, but then given the information anyway, and yeah, and just his denying that he had any bad intent. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know if there's any other predators you want me to cover or to cover a second time, and I'll see you all next time.